Jacob Marcy made his Major League debut just a few months ago, and in that time since, he's been playing out of his mind, posting a .311, .376, .510 slash line with 26 extra base hits in just 51 games, to go along with 2.1 WAR. Pretty much everything he's done has been impressive. 3 fielding runs, a 143 OPS+, some of the best base running metrics in the game, you name it. But he just did something the other day that shows he has a different kind of talent, one that's much harder to teach. The ability to be a leader, and it made a huge difference for his ball club in one of the biggest games of their season. Facing the Phillies with a long shot postseason berth on the line, Miami would get down early against Philadelphia ace Christopher Sanchez when Kyle Schwarber crushed a first-inning homer. Unfortunately, outfielder Dane Myers would end up departing leading off the next frame as well, after he crashed hard into the fence, meaning that when Otto Kemp launched a 2-out home run of his own, the Fish were already down 3-0. From here, both starters would lock in, not allowing anything more through 5. It was in the top of the 6th that Otto Lopez would lead off with a single, potentially getting some kind of rally going for what had been a truly dormant offense. Augustin Ramirez followed by hitting a ball hard up the middle, but Bryson Stott made an excellent diving play to get the out at second. Things would further deflate when Marcy flew a ball to shallow center field. 2 outs, but still a guy on first, right? Well, actually no, because Augustine, who's had multiple stretches this year where he looked kind of unfocused, had actually lost track of the number of outs, resulting in him getting easily thrown out at first. This was obviously a horrible play, and you can hear the Marlins announcer say as much as it was happening.
Marcy sends one to center, and that's going to be a double play. This is a disaster. Augustin Ramirez had no idea how many outs there were.
However, in a lot of cases, you're not going to necessarily see the retribution for these actions on the field, but in this case, with how much they were playing for, Jacob took it on himself to show some leadership qualities and chastise his fellow rookie, saying what seemed to be, "Come on, lock the F in." To show that kind of emotion as a first-year player is certainly impressive to me, and couldn't have hurt when it came to rallying the troops, as just a couple innings later, Griffin Conine would cut the Phillies' lead with a solo home run, and then, with 2 outs, Liam Hicks lined the ball to center field, a play that would actually see Otto score from first on a single and an error. Suddenly, the Fish had life, and they managed to complete the comeback fully when Heriberto Hernandez crushed a game-tying dinger on a 101-mile-per-hour fastball in the top of the 9th, on an 0-2 count no less. What would then follow would be a lengthy rain delay before we finally made our way to extra innings. From here, we would see Alec Bohm make an excellent glove flip on Marcy, forcing out a runner at second, though by that time the Marlins' lead had grown to 5-3. But the Phillies weren't done yet, managing to push across 2 of their own with 2 outs in the bottom of that frame. But Miami wasn't going to roll over, managing to fight their way to taking the lead once again when Nick Castellanos made a diving catch, before eventually sealing the game with the ground ball back to the mound. And even though they would go on to get crushed the next day when the Phillies hit a franchise record 8 home runs, all but eliminating them from the playoff race, it's this kind of heart and guile that's spread throughout the roster that will allow them to be competitive going forward, with Marcy, seemingly, being at the forefront as a leader.
Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, have a great rest of your day.